Sawadee Cup and welcome to another episode here for the Funky Pod and for the MMA Monday, MMA Hour, MMA anything. You can hear from my voice that I'm slightly, not knocked out, but wobbly. I know what it is. I feel quite well actually. It's just my voice. It's basically gone. So we're keeping all the podcasts this week a little bit shorter, but I still wanted to talk about a few things. And in the MMA Hour, MMA Monday, MMA anything, we're talking about the UFC and the lack of promotion. And it's not, maybe that's the wrong term. And we talked about this many times that they don't promote fighters and whatnot. And I'm not in a state right now to actually go on a rant again with my voice, but the way they don't even promote the upcoming pay-per-views, like this week on Saturday, it's Volkanovski versus Makhachev. They would call it a super fight in previous times, right? Champion of one weight class versus champion of another weight class. What does the UFC post on their social media channels? Slap fighting. It's ridiculous. UFC, take the L, let it go. No one likes it. Everyone hates it. All the comments are just negative. Everybody's hating on it. Just take the L and move on. It's like what Vince McMahon did with like his football league, the XFL. Didn't work. Cut the loss. Move on. It's bullshit. Sorry. This annoys me. And there's Alex Volkanovski, obviously an honorary Thai fighter. Now that he trains a lot in Phuket here at Bang Tao Muay Thai MMA. But and then Islam Makhachev, he has one loss on his record. Volkanovski is undefeated as a pro, I believe. You could market out of that, and they're not doing anything. Say what? Even the embeddeds were lackluster, like showing Volkanovski going swimming with his daughter, which is nice, but why don't they even try to put this over? I don't understand. They really hate Volkanovski. I don't know why, but they hate him. He doesn't get any much promotion there. It's crazy. So that annoys me that there's only slap fighting all the time, but no promotion for an actual super fight. I so hope Volkanovski wins by now, just to throw them off and just to have him like even more on their programming, because then he would be like a double champ, so he needs to be on there. Crazy. Disrespectful also. I know that the card isn't great. Co-main event is Yair Rodriguez, who I like as a fighter, but Yair Rodriguez versus Josh Emmett is not as exciting. I understand that, but still, I mean, you're just gonna ignore that card and be like, oh yeah, whatever. No, come on. And why do you give the airtime to slap fighting? It's ridiculous. Okay, that's the rant for now. Let me know what you think. Do I exaggerate? Let me know. And then, so many things. We also have to quickly just talk about how they portrayed Fedor's last fight. I mean, it was obvious that he's gonna lose it to Ryan Bader. He had no business being in the octagon with him, but he won it. So yeah, sure, fine. But that's now the one time per week where I agree with Ariel Helwani. Helwani was like, yeah, do it like Pride and have the fighters come out first. I mean, one championship does the same thing, right? So they have the fighters of the main card come out first, come on stage, announce them, quick fireworks, and then we start with the card. That would have been nicer to see like Fedor before he gets beaten down on the stage one last time, maybe. Would have been cool with all the celebrities or like the legends. That would have been nice. This was a bit sad now to say goodbye after he's got beaten. But I mean, at least it wasn't that bad in a sense that he was like all messed up or anything, so it's still okay, I guess. But yeah, so that could have been a little bit better in my opinion, but from a production point of view. But okay, hey, it was somewhat decent, right? One championship still, in my opinion, has struck gold with what they're doing right now, the Friday fights. They had 3 iterations of the Friday fights already. They are always from famous Lumpini Stadium here in Bangkok. It's like the the most famous Muay Thai stadium here in Bangkok, Lumpini. There are a few famous ones, like the two most famous ones are Lumpini Stadium, which is number one, and then the second one might be Ratchadamnern Stadium, which is also quite famous, but Lumpini is like the mecca of Muay Thai. And usually people that go there, they know their stuff, they know Muay Thai. So if you haven't yet, if you like stand-up fighting, they do have MMA fights on there too, but it's mostly headlined by stand-up fighting. Muay Thai, mostly kickboxing maybe, but mostly Muay Thai, because Lumpini is the Muay Thai mecca. Okay, the fans go crazy in there. It's fantastic. It's like has like this old school, also gambling flair a little bit. I don't think they encourage gambling if there are one events, but it just has like this. People are really into it, like getting rowdy and loud, and all the things you usually miss at one events, you have it in the Lumpini Stadium event. I think they struck gold with that. I think they even moved an upcoming Bangkok card from one of the pay-per-views to Lumpini Stadium now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, because the atmosphere is awesome in there. It's smaller, obviously, smaller than the huge Impact Arena where they usually are. Usually it's like a huge event venue, but it just feels, even like if you just watch it on YouTube, it just feels so much better. I think that was really smart by One Championship. Sometimes I criticize them for this. I have to give them props, which is great. As I said, usually, mostly it's striking on those cards, but they also throw some MMA fights in there. The last one that we saw, for example, was Shannon One Shin Virachai, the previous Thai prospect, was like one of the first Thai MMA fighters they threw on the ghost cards and tried to promote him with his ex-girlfriend Rika Ishige, who was like the prospect in the female division, and they both went on losing streaks and like kind of disappeared from the schedules and everything. They're also not together anymore. Maybe now they both can find a resurgence. Who knows? Rika is doing lots of seminars and stuff around Thailand, I believe, and now Shannon Virachai seems to be back in One Championship, and he won. So congratulations, Shannon Virachai. Was supposed to win that fight, I think, but still have to do it. So congratulations. I saw some clips before, also him putting work in with one of the famous boxing coaches here in Thailand. So he seems to take it serious again. Didn't look as ripped as usual, but we're all getting older, let's be honest. He won, so let's see where this takes him from here. I'm not going to review like all the Friday fight cards now, because I assume that you're not familiar with, or most people aren't familiar with any of the fighters, or most of the fighters. But it's definitely worth checking out. It's the first two fight nights, fight cards, Friday fights, sorry, were stacked with like famous fighters, but now the last one, I think there weren't that many famous fighters on there, but they were still fantastic fights. So if you're really just enjoying good fights, mostly stand-up, a few MMA fights, tune into those Friday fights, find them on YouTube. They're fantastic. It's really entertaining, lots of fun to watch. Not much dead air in between. Like they're really fast-paced. It's great. So One Championship, congratulations on that. Production is great. Like I said, there's not much talking in between. It's awesome. That's what a fight fan wants. It's great to watch on a Friday night, or whenever you watch it. It's awesome. So watch the Friday fights. And I'm not sponsored by One Championship. I'm not affiliated. And if you listen to previous episodes, you know how much I hate on them very frequently for like their scoring system and their judging and whatnot. So but in this case, the judging still same issue, but the events are great. All right, I think that's it for this week's MMA Monday, because, like I said, my voice is just not here, as you can clearly hear. I can feel it's almost gone again. So, as always, it would be cool if you join a conversation, like, share, subscribe, rate this podcast so more MMA and martial arts fans can find us, and we can talk about oh my God, yeah, do all those things, but I forgot. The legend, Lawrence Kenching, is gonna retire his channel. He's gonna stop doing fight breakdown videos. That's actually the most important news this week. This is sad. Lawrence Kenching, like, if you don't know, shame on you. Lawrence Kenching fight breakdown videos. I think it's Lawrence Kenching breakdown. It's fantastic. He broke down the fights of everybody, like even like not only famous MMA fighters like Izzy and some, but also like even back then when Izzy was still kickboxing, like he and Thai fighters like Sanchai, sure, but also like the old school Thai fighters like Diesel Leg and whatnot. So like really detailed breakdowns of like even the golden era of Muay Thai, and it's fantastic. And I'm really sad. I was I'm not kidding. I was sad when I saw on his IG that he announced that he's gonna retire those breakdown videos. So thank you to Lawrence Kenting. And I'm just an amateur, but I learned a lot from it, and I'd implement a few things, or tried to at least, in training. So it was awesome. So thank you for your service, sir. It was one of my favorite platform or channels on all the platforms to follow, being at IG, YouTube, and so on. So it was fantastic to see. I hope someone steps up and fills that void that's going to be left there. But heads up, heads off to Lawrence Kenting, the OG in fight analysis. So thank you for all the work. That was fantastic. If you haven't, check out Lawrence Kenting right now. Check it all out, because this content is amazing. Okay, that's it. Thank you very much for joining. I'm going to rest my voice now. As always, stay safe, take care. Don't forget to keep your guard up. Sawadee Krap.